Hey, what's up guys? Ducttapedigger here, bringing y'all today's episode here on Hypixel the Pit. And how's it going today, guys? Anyways, so today's video is going to be on the best perk setup, basically, for prestiges, I say 0 to 4, although it's going to overlap a little bit more to the 1 to 4, but anyways, we're going to get right into it. So, first of all, I have 4 perk slots right now. Some of y'all will have 4 perk slots past level 100, but that's it. And those are the ones of y'all that are Prestige 3 and 4. So if you are Prestige 3 or 4, then you can roll with the 4th perk slot, which I'll talk about in a minute. But first we'll go with the first 3 perks, which are going to be the ones that you are mainly going to be focused on. So Golden Heads obviously is going to be the #1 pick for your healing. You can go Vampire. It's kind of, you might want to try Vampire. It might fit your playstyle. For my playstyle, Vampire does not usually work very well. But if you do like a lot of ganks and stuff, then this would be a possible Vampire. Now, if you're past Prestige 2, you can go Dirty. If you're not Prestige 2, so if you're 0 or 1, you can't go Dirty. So you can go either Gladiator or Strength Chain right here. That's basically your options for perk number 2. And then perk number 3, you're going to want to go Safety First. So you can go Safety First right here. Or you can go, okay, so these are your first 2 perks. You got Golden Heads and Dirty. If you don't go Dirty, you can go Gladiator. Okay, so let's say you're Prestige 0. What could you do? You could do this right here. Golden Heads, Gladiator, Safety First. So let's give you the Golden Heads, minus 3% damage per nearby player, and Safety First. So this is basically going to be your very defensive setup. If you don't use Gladiator, you can use Strength Chain. This would be a little bit more offensive. You could use no Safety First and use Gladiator with it. You could even try Barbarian in there. That'd be a really offensive setup if you're Prestige 1 or above. You can't do that if you're Prestige 0, though. If you're not Prestige, you can't do that because you can't get Barbarian yet. But if you are Prestige 1, then you can, technically. So the other option, guys, is if you want to roll a Streaker. Now, this would be a lot harder to do, because you're only going to really notice the effects of Streaker when you're past 10 or 20 kills. Because then you start getting a lot more XP per kill. But it's kind of up to you. If you have trouble doing it, like going on streaks with this, definitely don't do it. It's just a waste, because you'll be making more if you're using that 3rd perk for something like Safety First or Gladiator or whatever. It'd be a lot better to do that than if you're having trouble. Like, if you're not getting any benefit out of it, don't use it. So that's kind of my opinion on Streaker. Now, if you do have access to Dirty, so you're going to have that if you're Prestige 2 or higher, then Dirty, Strength Chaining, Golden Heads would probably be my #1 layout, because Dirty's just insane. Strength Chaining, because you can just stack on the kills, and Golden Heads, because it's Golden Heads, basically. Golden Heads is just the best, probably. It's probably debatable, but I'd say almost certainly Golden Heads is the best. Now, if you do have the 4th perk, this is where you could roll with Streaker and maybe not have as much trouble. Or if you're still having trouble, you could roll a Gladiator there, be pretty defensive, but still have the Strength Chaining. Or you could roll with the Safety First, because before Prestige 5, you won't have Fancy Hat, or you can't buy it even. Prestige 5, it's 10 Renown, I believe. So it's not that expensive, but you can't buy it till you're Prestige 5, and you can't use First Strike till Prestige 5, so that's why I chose to do 0 to 4, because after 4, then you can start doing a little bit more, because you have the Fancy Hat, so you don't have to use Safety First, and then you can use First Strike. So after Prestige 5 is a big milestone, basically. So basically, if you want to do that, you can go really, really defensive, Dirty, Gladiator, Golden Head, Streaker, or you could even go with Overheal right here, or you could throw in Barbarian. Basically, okay, you're going to use Golden Heads, Strength Chaining, Safety First, Gladiator, Dirty if you have it, Barbarian if you have it. You can throw an Overheal. Some people it works for them, some people it doesn't. Basically, you can have up to 4 Golden Heads if you're running Golden Heads, but If you do roll with that, then if you only have 3 perks, then you'd have literally, okay, then you'd be running with overheal, golden heads, overheal, and you could roll dirty. You could do that. That would be your most defensive setup, basically, if you don't have your 4th perk. Right there. Overheal, so you're gonna have up to 4 golden heads, and you have a resistance 2 on every kill. Of course, you have like no offensive perks besides the golden heads giving you speed 1. Now you could throw in strength chaining or whatever, but basically, yeah. 4th perk, obviously. Basically, use the good perks and find out what works best for you. So, for the more aggressive players, maybe a really offensive kit will work. So, let's say you got 4 perks, under prestige 4, so you're going to want to go probably dirty, strength chaining. You could roll with this. So you'd have golden heads, barbarian, strength chaining, dirty. So every kill you're going to get resistance 2, so you can keep attacking people. You're getting your speed from the golden heads, and you have the strength chaining, so you can stack on the kills. This combo of strength chaining and dirty basically means on kill, once you get a kill, you're OP. Getting that first kill is sometimes a problem, but you have barbarian, which is going to make that even easier. So basically, there's your extraordinarily offensive kit. But you could also make this extraordinarily defensive if you want to go Gladiator there and safety first there. Well, now you have all the defensive perks. So basically, guys, if you can, try these out. But if you know your strategy, if you're really aggressive and you're like to be offensive, go with an offensive strategy. If you're really defensive, go with a defensive strategy. So like, if you're okay with taking damage, but you want to take like barely any damage, roll with this setup right here: Gladiator, 51st, dirty, golden heads. It's probably the best setup for someone that likes to go very defensive versus very offensive. Now, if you want to go really offensive, I already said, you can roll with strength chaining, you can roll with overheal even, would give you that little bit of buff, or barbarian, stuff like that. Anyways, guys, I hope this helps y'all out. I hope I wasn't too well, it's up to y'all, I'll try this out. I was trying to give y'all a basis as to what to work on. But essentially, it is up to y'all. But at the same time, I want to give y'all an idea of what to roll with. As I said, for those of y'all with 3 perks, probably this will be your best layout. Safety first, strength chaining, golden heads. This is very balanced. You have the defense, the offense, and the golden heads. Golden heads is basically a given, and then the other 2 are basically you can throw in. Safety first helps a ton, and then strength chaining is just, it helps a lot as well. Anyways, I hope this video really helps y'all out. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.